Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Touchdown Talk. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. And Merry Christmas to my co-host here. My name's Chris, and I'm joined by Mr. Pablo Martinez, the fantasy football guru himself. What is up, my friend? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everyone out there. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Super Bowl weekend. Week 17 is here. It is a very, very sweet moment, bittersweet, because this is the end. We made it all the way to the final week of the fantasy season.
Yeah, this is it, man. This is the end. It is championship weekend, and this is our penultimate episode of the Touchdown Talk. This is our second and last episode. We got one more episode left. We'll be revealing who won our championships and setting the stage for next season and going through just, recapping the season and everything. But for now, for today's show, this is championship weekend. This is what it's all come down to. I am in the championship. I am playing for keeps. Mr. Pablo Martinez, we did face off against each other, and unfortunately, it didn't go the way. I don't think anybody thought it would go. I actually thought it was going to be a lot closer of a game than it went. But the way it's shaking out, and we'll set the stage for where we're at now, because we've already had 3 games in the books happen on Christmas Day. We got 2 today on Saturday as we're recording this. But unfortunately, my friend, it didn't shake out the way you wanted to, and now you're playing for third place, which, hey, if you win that, at least you get your money back there, and, third place.
That is true. And you know what? Congrats, kudos to you. You put up the highest score of the week that week, and you almost broke the season high record. But, on my end, I kind of felt like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't bench the wrong guy. You didn't. It didn't matter. Yeah, it didn't matter. You did outstanding. So congrats to you, and now you're in the big game, the title game.
Yeah, and we'll get into it, because already it's looking very weird. Anybody who watched those Christmas Day games saw that, man. What not great games that they were. Holy smokes! It was. I mean, from a fantasy perspective, there was a lot of duds going on there, and just the games themselves weren't that great. I mean, it just was not great football. I mean, it was nice to have football on Christmas Day, but the games themselves weren't really all that spectacular. And obviously, listen, Detroit Lions just completely, the Minnesota Vikings showing up as if they were playing for, an NFC championship, completely killing the Lions and hurting me in the process from a fantasy perspective, because all season long I've had Jared Goff on my team. He's done pretty well. And man, oh man, what a day to put up a gigantic dud of a game when I really needed him most.
Yeah, I agree with your concept there that on Christmas Day most games were disappointing. From a fantasy perspective, at least, there was very little. There were very few managers out there that came out happy. I mean, I know Bo Nix towards the end of the game kind of saved the day and caught up to what his projections were, but Jared Goff with the 5 turnovers, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, not the Christmas day that you wanted to see out of your quarterback. And unfortunately, he's still in our league. He's still got you 7 points, so it's not complete empty-handed, but it certainly set you back a little bit. And there's still plenty of football left, though. So don't be discouraged.
Yeah, it's not over yet. There's still plenty of football left, and we'll go through it, guys. We'll go through our leagues and how it's all shaken out in the lineup. But before we do want to say, hey, first of all, if you're watching this live over on YouTube and Facebook, feel free to enter your fantasy football questions in the chat, and we will do our best to give you our best answers to help you onto your championship victory by imparting whatever knowledge that we have here. And of course, if there's anybody from our leagues watching, feel free to either jump on our live stream or feel free to razz us in the comments. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified when we go live. And feel free to share this with somebody who may want some fantasy football advice or just loves listening to fantasy football shows. We're also on every audio stream podcast you could think of. So if you're listening to us over there too, hit that follow button too. So All right, Pablo, let's get into it because we got quite a bit of things to talk about today. First of all, let's just remind everybody there are 2 football games happening today, Saturday. We've got Houston and the Chargers at 4:30 on NFL Network, and then we got Baltimore and Green Bay on Peacock at 8 o'clock. And I got to tell you, first of all, with all this like moving around, football is just on all streaming devices now, huh? I mean, you got to feel like you have a million different apps. We had Netflix on. It was on Netflix and Prime on Thursday, and today NFL Network and Peacock, and then I guess Sunday we'll have regular network football action, but then ESPN, and then Monday night. Monday night's ESPN.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Sunday nights, just regular NBC.
Yeah,
crazy.
But still, yeah, the platforms are getting the little bits and pieces here and there as the years go on. I kind of feel like that's the trend that we'll see more of. Maybe more platforms like Netflix and whatnot acquiring more games. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into some start and sits. Some people that if you're looking for some. So if you got the questions, throw them in the chat. But I'm going to throw out some names. Well, first of all, I think it's worth noting we've got some injuries happening too. Jordan Love is out. Still out with a concussion, so that means Malik Willis will still be starting this week for Green Bay. So if you've got Malik Willis on your bench and you need a quarterback, or if you need a quarterback and he's out there, I can't imagine he would still be out there, but if you do need one, that is somebody you should be putting into your lineup. I mean, do you agree? Is that a start? If you are quarterback hungry, especially if you're in championship mode, is Malik Willis a start for you?
I mean, he certainly is. I would say keep an eye on it right now. He's coming into the game for today as questionable. He has a right shoulder issue going on. It is expected to start, and that's what we would all think is going to happen. But I can't see how there are too many more better options out there on championship week. So sure, Malik Willis would be a fine start if you needed to in a pinch. Not necessarily what I would hope to put in my championship weekend, but could be worse.
No. Lamar Jackson is looking like he's going to be out for Baltimore too, which means the legend Tyler Huntley will be starting more than likely today.
Yeah, another backup quarterback we're going to see in there with Tyler Huntley. I'm a little less excited about Huntley going into Green Bay. In that game, I would probably take Willis for sure over Huntley. But again, a tough game. 2 backup quarterbacks. I'm sure they're going to give it everything they have. But for fantasy purposes, I would really hope I had a chance to steer elsewhere if possible.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I'm thinking he is definitely a start for you today if you've got him, or not for today, but for tomorrow, this weekend. Trevor Lawrence is somebody you should be starting. Do you agree with that?
100%, absolutely. He's had a great season. He's ending in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is tough. They have a good defense,
right?
They definitely want to prove that they're not finished. So he's going to have a little bit of a harder game, but Trevor Lawrence has been great. I mean, what can we say? He's had a really, really good season this year, so I would certainly start him this weekend.
How do you feel about Breece Hall? Is Breece Hall a guy that you should be starting up? I mean, the Jets have been obviously pitiful, and they literally, I mean, they're staying with their third string QB. It looks like the rookie. Is Breece Hall though? Do you feel like Breece Hall is going to get a lot of looks on this game, and to see somebody from a fantasy perspective, should he be in your starting lineup this week, especially if you're in championships? Is this a guy that you can lean on this weekend?
Well, he's certainly going to get the opportunities. He's going to get the looks. He has been, but with those opportunities, he hasn't been doing much of anything. He's had single digit weeks for a month straight. So I wouldn't really feel comfortable like banking on him as like my RB1.
Right.
I would probably throw him in there. I don't know that I have many other flex options that I would play over Breece Hall, because the potential, the upside, the ceiling is there, but I don't see him really, having a strong performance this weekend. It's a tough matchup at home against New England. I would start him, but I wouldn't be too thrilled about it.
Yeah. What about Justin Herbert playing the Texans? How are you feeling about him? Is he somebody you would start this week? Is he 100% he's in? You got to start him, or would you, looking at the matchup, is he somebody you might consider benching in lieu of someone else?
So the matchup is tough, and again, depending on what options are available, I definitely would like to see if I have another option. But whether you're in a single quarterback league or in a two quarterback league, it's still going to be hard to have many more options all the way into week 17. Like by the end of the season, you're either looking at Malik Willis or Justin Herbert, and those are difficult decisions. I would probably lean Herbert there, but Herbert, he has struggled a bit with more difficult defenses, and Houston is one of those more difficult defenses.
Yeah, Houston's definitely, I feel like, really come on strong the second part of this season defensively. Like everything really seems to be clicking for them, and definitely helping them out of some really tough spots this season for sure. So they're definitely one. Like if you got Houston defense, I would be starting them too. I'd be starting them up against the Chargers. I would feel pretty good with that.
Yeah, for sure. But for the sake of starting Herbert, I would, but only because he's Herbert, and you would expect he would do well. But let's see what happens.
Now here's a name that we've talked about quite a bit: A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown. We've talked about him on and off throughout the season. Obviously, he's been on everybody's team. We've talked about that. And this is a guy like everybody thought, he was going to have a big year this year, fantasy wise. Has not had a really big year until very recently. Seems like A.J. Brown is really starting to catch some fire here at the end of the season, and going into playoffs here. I mean, it's a good time for him to start start letting up. But see a guy you feel confident starting today.
They're playing in Buffalo.
Yeah,
in Buffalo this weekend.
Right, tough matchup.
It is. I'm not sure what the weather's going to look like on tomorrow, Sunday. But it's hard. He hasn't had a wonderful season. These last few weeks, like about a month and a half ago, he started to get a little bit hotter, and the last couple of weeks have been okay. But I wouldn't say it's a start that I would be very, very excited to plug into my lineup. I think if I didn't have a better option, I would, but it's hard because he isn't somebody who's been extremely strong, and it's a difficult matchup. So
Jacoby Brissett, another name, man. We've been talking about him this season. Just to give some Jacoby Brissett stats, he's had 2,911 passing yards with a 65.2 percentage. He's had 19 passing touchdowns. He's got a quarterback rating of a 93.7. This is somebody, and he's going into the Bengals. He's going into Cincinnati. I think that you have to, you gotta fire up Jacoby Brissett, man. I mean, I think he's a must start. Yeah.
Mouth-watering matchup against the Bengals.
I mean, that defense 100%. Is terrible. That
Bengals defense. For sure. And Brissett's a guy who knows that he's got to prove himself still. I mean, in Arizona, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen next season.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray will likely not be there, but will it be Brissett? Will it not? Brissett wants to show up, and he's got a really, really good opportunity here to do that.
He's pulling a Baker.
I would definitely want to start Brissett this weekend if I could.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he has been nothing short of outstanding this season. For a guy that everybody was writing off, has really stepped into the role here, and from a fantasy perspective, he has definitely been rewarding those who have fired him up. How do you feel about Tony Pollard versus the Saints? How do you feel about Tony Pollard? Would you fire up a Tony Pollard this weekend if you got him in your lineup? Is he a must start for you? Or I mean the Saints have sort of beaten a pretty good team the last few games all of a sudden. Like they just seem to be clicking a little bit.
They have, and Pollard has not had a good season. He found some success, about a month ago. He really started to turn it on a little bit more. I'm I'm in two of our leagues that we review on this show. I have Tony Pollard on my team, and
Right.
I am not in the championship game, in part due to I think the fact that I didn't really have a stronger running back option. I bet on Pollard on the
Right.
draft, and that didn't really pan out that well. I think this weekend Pollard is likely to have a good game.
Yeah, I think so
So
too.
it's going to be really really hard to find other opportunities elsewhere with running back unless you're stacked at running back. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be benching Pollard, but he's been one of those guys who's been disappointing, and he does have a good matchup. So if you are in your championship week and you have Pollard on your team, I would start him more than likely over many other options.
Yeah, I like that. I think so too. I mean, he's had 3 100-yard games, so I mean, this could be a good matchup for him against New Orleans. And so let's see whether he puts up another 100-yard gain. I guess we'll see, but the trend has been there, so maybe. Maybe it's time to take one more risk with a Tony Pollard. Here's another running back name I feel like we've been talking about a little bit is Kenneth Gainwell. He's playing again. They're going in against the Browns, and as far as a pass catching back, he's definitely delivered some nice fantasy points for some owners of him. So, is Kenneth Gainwell a guy that you need to be firing up in your lineup this weekend?
100% yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely yes. He's been a very pleasant surprise this season, and for those managers out there that were lucky enough to take a chance on him, he's paid off handsomely on that bet. And he's been doing great. He's been doing outstanding, and I wouldn't expect anything less in this week 17. I think he's gonna be a fine play at the running back position.
Now here's another name too, and I saw him. He popped up on the injury report today, or questionable. Let me. He popped up on the questionable tag today. Back Chris Olave. Now I've had Chris Olave, and he has been really. I mean, gosh, he has really been helping me out big time this season. Right now, he is listed as questionable, but he did practice. He did practice this week, so it's probably just a maintenance thing. He's had a back issue he's been dealing with all season, pretty much. But I feel like he's going to play. I mean, for me, I am starting him. He's in my lineup. I'm rolling the dice. I'm going with it. He has not let me down all season. Please, Chris Olave, don't let me down this weekend. But I'm rolling with him. But what are your thoughts? Do you roll with Chris Olave going in to this matchup against the Titans?
You have to. You absolutely have
Yeah.
to. He's been doing very, very well, and I think that he's. I don't want to say he's all they have in New Orleans, but he's certainly their most important skill player. So I would 100% be putting with confidence Chris Olave in my lineup.
Yeah, especially with them trading away Shaheed. So now because you used to have the two of them, now it's really just him. He's kind of the only reliable receiver there.
No Alvin Kamara either. So
yeah, no Alvin Kamara. A couple other names here. Bucky Irving going in to Miami. Do we trust Bucky Irving this weekend? Is he a guy that you're going to start? Is he your RB1, your RB2, flex? Or do you bench him in favor of possibly somebody else if you even have an option? I mean, you may not have that option, but is Bucky Irving someone you're going to trust this weekend going into Miami?
that's a really great question, actually, because everything would indicate that the answer would be yes, but
Right.
for some reason, some of us out there don't feel so confident. He's been again scoring single-digit fantasy points for multiple weeks in very favorable matchups. So similar to what we have this week, he's had matchups where on paper you would expect him to really be able to perform. He's the lead back on the team. The team's been doing well. They've been playing better. So everything is there for Bucky to really, really step up, and yet it hasn't happened. So
Right.
if I had, this would be this would be a head scratcher. This would be a situation where if I had other guys on my team, I would definitely give it a lot of consideration to actually bench Bucky in my championship week if I had other opportunities.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, listen, it is. It's sort of a little bit of a cautionary tale this over his last few games. Like I feel like at the start of the season, everybody was all hot on Bucky, and he has really, really cooled off for everybody from a fantasy perspective as this season's gone on. And I feel like the trust factor is much lower than it used to be for sure. So, hey, quick reminder, everybody, if you are watching live and you got your fantasy questions, because this is such a big week and every decision matters, let us know. Drop them in the chat. We'd love to answer them for you. All right, I got a few more names here for you, buddy, and I'd love to see your reaction to these. We talked about Justin Herbert, but we didn't talk about the other side, which is C.J. Stroud. Is C.J. Stroud somebody that you can trust this weekend playing against the Chargers? We talked about firing up Justin Herbert. You felt pretty good about that, even though Houston's a tough defense. But on the other side there, C.J. Stroud, is he somebody you trust going into this weekend here?
So you kind of have to, because I doubt that you'll have too many more other opportunities there to pivot away from Stroud. But the matchup is super, super tough. He's playing in LA, and the LA defense has been really, really good this season. So I wouldn't be too excited to have a lot of trust that this is going to work out. But sometimes you just have to take a chance. And I can't imagine that I wouldn't be putting him in my lineup unless I'm stacked at quarterback.
Yeah. All right. Great answer to that one. All right. So I'm going to throw two wide receiver names at you. First one is one that I can't believe how much he's fallen off of a cliff. Mbuka. He has really fallen off a cliff, and I don't think it's just him. I just think it's the looks. He's not getting a lot of looks. He was hot, obviously, with all the wide receiver shakeups, guys getting injured, all that. Now everybody's back. And he seems to be not getting as many looks anymore. I got to be honest with you. I think right now, I got him benched on my lineup in favor of Godwin, who's gotten more looks. And I have to check my lineup again, but I think I'm rolling with Godwin right now. But man, oh man, I don't know. I personally don't think Ibuka could be tried. He's just not getting the looks. He's not getting anything really coming his way. They had like 5 targets or something last game, or 3. It was crazy.
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
2. Yeah,
ridiculous. Nuts. Yeah, I can't blame you. I think I would go that way as well. I think that this is a really, really difficult one to get it right. This could be the week Ibuka has a bigger game than Evans and Godwin, but it's hard to anticipate that.
So hard.
he's definitely fallen down in the depth chart in favor of the veterans, and it's understandable. Mike Evans had a quite a long stretch off the field with injury, and now that he's finally back, the team's trying to find ways to prioritize him over other options when possible, and it's working out because he's a really, really good wide receiver.
Of course, yeah.
I definitely think that Ibuka, the problem with Ibuka is not so much Ibuka. I mean, yeah, he's a rookie, but I think the team has found a favorable situation where now they have everybody healthy and they have tons of great weapons. So that came at Ibuka's fantasy expense, and I probably would try to bench him as well.
Yeah, it's crazy to say that too, right? I mean, in championship week, you got Ibuka and you're benching him, and it's how I am because I got Godwin, and I'm like, Godwin's been getting, I mean, it's not like he's getting massive points, but he's getting more points than Ibuka. He's getting more targets. I got to go with what the data suggests right now, and right now it looks like Godwin's got the edge over Ibuka as far as target share goes. So I'm hoping it stays that way, and this isn't the day that Ibuka goes off because he's currently on my bench. So that is it's a risk I'm going to take. I'm going to roll the dice.
Best of luck to you with that one. It's going to be a close one. It's really not like there's one clear guy on
they're
team.
playing Miami, and that's juicy, right? Is they going? Are they playing Miami? Yeah, they're playing Miami.
They are. They're playing in Miami, but we'll see. I guess. Best of luck to you, my friend, with that. Yeah. I want to say it could be the day. Maybe Ibuka, gets 2 touchdowns, but maybe not. Maybe it is Godwin, and I hope it works out for you.
Thank you very much. All right, last name here, and then we're going to go on and take a look at our championships lineups and both our leagues here. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marv.
At the Bengals, at Cincinnati. He's missed a ton of time. And it looks like Jacoby Brissett and Michael Wilson are having a day. They definitely have clicked.
Yep.
Can Marvin Harrison Jr. be someone you could trust in fantasy to get you over the edge, maybe help you win that championship? I'm leaning towards no.
Yeah, zero trust. On my part, zero trust. He's been disappointing. He's had some injuries, so it's not all his fault.
No,
but
exactly.
It's not a matchup that really on paper looks like it is Cincinnati, but Cincinnati hasn't been a super strong defense, so wide receivers haven't necessarily needed to put in 4 quarters of a ton of hard work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Marvin hasn't been the dude that has been solid this year. So Michael Wilson has taken advantage of that opportunity, and Harrison, to sum up here, is not the guy that I would be starting with any kind of confidence on my team. I would really, really not want to start him at all.
Nope, I'm with you right there, too. I would leave him. If you got him, I would leave him on the bench. I mean, if you are super desperate, I feel like you could do – there has to be someone in your waiver wire that I would trust more than Marvin Harrison Jr. at this point. That's just my thought. I mean, there should be. I mean, there has to be somebody sitting out there that is just someone let go. You know, I mean, honestly, it would have to be so devoid of anybody, and you'd be in such desperation mode that I would start Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, that's a tough one, man. I just wouldn't do it. I would stay away at all costs if you could do that right now. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Obviously, as I said before, if you got any other questions as we go along here, any other start-sit questions, any other players you want advice on, let us know in the comments. I know a lot of people are probably away for the holiday and still got some holiday stuff going on. It snowed here in New Jersey. So there's that going on. So people are probably out digging themselves out at the moment and all that. But, of course, if you do miss this, if you missed the live and you saw questions throughout the day, drop them, and hopefully we will see them and get to them. But we'd love to hear from you guys. So, all right, let's do this. Now's the time. Let's dive in to our championship lineups that we've got going on here. Let's dive into the LOEMP League. That's the league that both Pablo and I play in, as well as my brother, who was going to try to get on today, but I don't think he's going to be able to get on today because he's also doing the digging out thing right now with the snow. So he is probably not going to make it on. But that's okay. All right. So looking at it right now, how this is lining up in our league is. In the championship right now, it's me, my team, Golf My Lawn, and my brother's team, Swift Kick in the Pits. Right now, my brother is up on me, 51-28 to my 18.88. We'll dive into that in a second. Third place game right now is Keith's Cool Team at 11.30, and you, my friend, Bark at the Moon at 26.60. And then in our semifinal games, our fifth place game. Oh, it looks like we've already got that. It looks like Maja Magic has won the fifth place. I guess that's kind of already done.
That was last week. Yeah,
that was last week. Sorry, I'm looking at this wrong.
for that, well, the fifth place got settled last week.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Yep. So, all right. So let's take a look at this. Let's dive into the championship game happening between me and my brother, and right now, he is projected to win by a thin margin of 155 to my 147. Now, he's already had a bunch of his players go already, and he is not totally happy. Bo Nix, he got some good production at Bo Nix. He met his projections. His projections were 24.85. He had a good night, 27.98. But CeeDee Lamb, not a great day. His projections were at 21. He got 9.60. Cortland Sutton was projected at 14.23. He got 8. And Jamison Williams because we were talking about Detroit, and we're going to get into more of that. Projected for 14.54, only got 5.7. Now, on my side, I had George Pickens go, who was projected at 17.62, got 11, so better than CD. But boy, oh boy, did I get crushed in my Superflex here. Jared Goff, projected for 25 points, and only put up 7. 197 yards, only 1 passing touchdown, 3 fumbles. He had the worst game of the season, maybe even of his career in recent memory. It was pitiful. It was horrible. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, bro. When I need you to show up, this is what I get.
Yeah, when you needed him the most, he did not really come through, and that's okay. It happens.
I know it happens.
Overall, I think that the big difference here is that there was one guy that hit his projection and exceeded a little bit. He got lucky. It was at the end of the game because it really looked like in that game too. Bo Nix was not really going to deliver, but
no, it wasn't looking great. And then he kind of got some good picked up some points at the end.
Yeah, he got a touchdown at the end. It really kind of helped him hit that 28+ mark. He ended up with 27 fantasy points. But if it wasn't for him, everyone else disappointed. So it was kind of even and balanced across the board, even though it's not what you want. It's not exciting. The silver lining is that, let's take the wide receivers in Dallas, for example. We were talking about the fact that if it was a George Pickens game versus a CeeDee Lamb game,
right?
The manager of that player would benefit if they happened to catch more touchdowns than the other, but neither one of them did.
No.
So it was still close, 11-9. It was not, and nobody ran away with it. You know what I mean? They were both kind of disappointing.
No, Dak threw to everybody else but these two guys.
Yeah, exactly. Because they did have a good game, but it just wasn't for them. And that happens sometimes. Cortland Sutton and Jameson Williams didn't have anything great that day, and I think that really, really helped offset how poor Jared Goff played.
Yes.
So I think that it's a really, really great matchup still. You're both projected to be under the mark that you originally had, so you're both in the red there. But it's still super, super close, and it's really difficult to actually make a pick here because of how close it is. You have a lot of players still upcoming. Your brother has less of them, and I think that's really where you have a bit of an advantage. So let's go through the lineups and see how we feel about everyone else.
Let's do it.
Bo Nix already went,
yep.
And you've got Matt Stafford coming in on Monday night. You'll at that point know what you need from Matt Stafford. So that's actually really, really positive.
Yeah, I mean, I need another. It would be great to have another 40+ game from Matt Stafford, like I had the week before. I feel like all my points came last week when I really needed them this week. But I mean, can I get another huge game out of Matt Stafford? Is going into Atlanta on a Monday night? God, I hope so. I think so. He's been great. He's had super strong performances week in and week out. So the matchup is favorable. I do think Stafford is going to have a strong game on Monday night in Atlanta. Yeah, in Atlanta.
Next in your lineup, you've got Jamar Chase coming. He already played his big wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
So here's another opportunity for you to take advantage of that.
I need a monster game out of Jamar Chase. Come on, Jamar. If now or never.
In that head-to-head matchup, you will definitely will be more than likely to exceed that 9-point mark and start making up for some of those points that Jared Goff left on the table. I like it too. I think Jamar Chase is set up to have a nice game versus Arizona this Sunday.
It would certainly be nice. I would love to get I would love for him to not only meet but exceed his projections. It would be great to get that classic Burrow Jamar Chase connection happening and get those big points, man. Because that would be I would feel much better. Because we'll keep going down the line here because I'll tell you my brother's got some scary stuff going on here that scares me a little bit.
A little bit. All right. So let's keep moving. So Jameson Williams. All right. So we already talked about
Right.
Pickens and Sutton. They both played. Now Jameson Williams on your brother's side already played. You've got Chris Olave. We talked about the fact that he's still questionable, but he is the dude. He is the main reference. So I think that's another strong opportunity. Should he be on the field and healthy, a very, very positive opportunity for your team to benefit in this head-to-head matchup.
Yep.
Moving down. Now we get into territories that you both have players left to go. O'Marion Hampton and Ashton Genty on his side for running back.
Yeah.
Versus James Cook and Rico Dowdle.
Yeah. So this is where I am scared. Because I mean, listen, Hampton doesn't have a great matchup because going into Houston, we did talk about that Houston defense, and Houston has been very good against the run. So but he's still Marion Hampton. He's still a really good player, and it doesn't take much. So if he can break free, he could rip. So the potential for some big points are still there, even though he's got a tough matchup. However, Ashton Genty going into the Giants, the Giants defense has been absolutely miserable. Both teams, they're now dubbing this game as the Tank Bowl, the Giants and the Raiders. So somebody has to win this game. That has to win, unless it ends up in some kind of a weird tie. But this is the Tank Bowl. So I don't know. Is Ashton, we already, we heard Max Crosby. He's been shut down for us this season. He actually left the building, they said, in disgust. I don't blame him. The guy, he's a competitor. He wants to play. Yeah. So, players don't want to tank, guys. I mean, as much as fans, I just want to say, fans, players, these guys don't want to tank. They want to win. This is what they do. They don't, they're not looking to tank. So, I don't know. Could Ashton Genty have he's got a juicy matchup, because if he's going to rip, it's going to be tomorrow, because the Giants defense is terrible.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I would imagine that this is Genty's, if he wants to, this is his opportunity to really show up and say, hey, you know what? I haven't been so terrible this season. I'm not that bad of a running back. We all know he's not, but we all know he's not been a good season for him.
His team is bad. The team is bad. He's on a bad team. That's the unfortunate thing. But tomorrow could be the day that he rips, and that scares the hell out of me.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't see him. I wouldn't expect him to have like a 3-touchdown game. He could, obviously, any week.
He could, yeah.
It hasn't been that type of season for the team or for him, so I would think that's probably not going to happen. But
a team looking to tank, it'll be interesting to see. Like if they really, really want to tank this game, I don't know if they want him to score.
Exactly. Exactly. It might give truth be told, I mean, he doesn't have to prove anything. You know what you have with Genty, so they might put him on the bench a little bit more than usual to give someone else a chance to see what they have.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so on my side, I've got James Cook and Rico Dowdle, and these two running backs going up against tough defenses. James Cook in Philly, and Rico Dowdle in Seattle. Two very tough defenses for both these running backs. I don't feel great. James Cook, I feel better than Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
Rico Dowdle's had a decent season, and he's been good, but that Seattle defense has been pretty impressive, and so is Philly's defense. So I don't expect big points here from either of these guys, to be honest with you. We don't know what the weather's going to be like just yet in this Buffalo Philly game, but I'm not. It scares me, man. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little scared.
I think you're fine with James Cook. I think that he's going to be great. He's not going to have a problem. He is a really, really good player. They're playing at home. I would imagine that you're going to be fine there. It's definitely with Rico Dowdle that I would have some hesitation and some thoughts of what else is there, what else could I do.
Yeah, I definitely have some thoughts there.
Yeah, that would be definitely the spot where I would give some more thought to. But I mean, Rico Dowdle has had a good season as well. He definitely wants to prove himself. He definitely wants to show up. It's a difficult matchup. They're playing at home against Seattle, and Seattle's been good.
Yeah, so Seattle's been very good. Yeah, Seattle's been very good. So
it's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard. That I would say is not an area where you have the advantage versus your brother.
Yeah. Now looking at our tight end spot, Brenton Strange. I got Brenton Strange. He's got Taysom Hill. I love Brenton Strange. I think he's been great. He's been doing good. They're going into Indy. Could be a difficult matchup, but I feel good with that. He's had some really good connection with Trevor Lawrence. Taysom Hill is a wild card. He's a big wild card. We know they love using him on the goal line. He is definitely a TD dependent tight end in that way, and he does all the gadget plays. So he is a big wild card. And I don't know, could New Orleans be running a lot of plays down there by the end zone with Taysom Hill lined up? I say yes. So even though he's only projected for 5, that could easily become 20, 25 points.
Yeah, I agree. I think your brother's been super smart to throw him into his lineup. Taysom Hill has tremendous upside because of a couple different reasons. First of all, this could be his last game with the Saints. He's 35 years old, and he hasn't really been like a staple on the team. I mean, he has, but not because he's always been the lead tight end or the lead running back or the lead wide receiver or the lead quarterback, but he does all of those things. So this could very well be the last game with him in New Orleans, and I bet you that both he and the team are going to want to showcase him and to give him an opportunity to show himself for one more time. We have lost our dear co-host.
I am still here. So, I am still here,
Chris. What I was referring to here with Taysom Hill is that I think that there's a high likelihood that the team is going to want to showcase him and give him an opportunity to show up one last time.
Yeah,
since this seems like it's going to be the last. To me, it seems like it might be the last game for Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're going to want to give him some respect and all that. So, which means he could have a really big game and drop some huge points on me, and that would not be great.
I'm having an audio technical difficulty, so let me reset here on my end. And
all right, and then on top of that, so looking across, also have Chris Godwin Jr., who I was talking about starting over Mbuka, which I am doing right now because I don't trust Mbuka, and then JSN, Jackson Smith Nigma, on Seattle side. Now, he has been nothing short of outstanding from a fantasy perspective over this last bunch of games. I mean, he has been really, really good. Just looking back at his last 3 games, he only really had one not great game, which was Week 13 against Minnesota. But against Atlanta, he put up 26.10 points. Against Indianapolis, he put up 18.30 points. And against the Rams, he put up 23.60 points. So he's had a really great last 3 games. And now here he is going into Carolina, who Carolina has actually been playing pretty decent. So can JSN put up those same numbers again? I think he will, and that scares me a little bit. Pablo, can you hear me again? Are you back on, my friend? Okay,
I'm
cool.
good. I'm 100%. Yeah, thank you. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I was just talking about, reviewing JSN's last 3 weeks here. He's projected at 22.31 points. He's hit his projections, if not exceeded them, the last 3 games. He is going to Carolina, who Carolina's been playing pretty good ball lately, but I still think he's going to hit these projections, and that scares me.
Yeah, I think you should be scared. Yeah. No joke. I think that, I'm looking it up now because I wanted to check. You know what? Puka Nacua has just slightly exceeded JSN on the season so far.
Okay.
But Puka's had some big, like he had a 50-point game. He had some monster games.
Big games.
So he's been a little more inconsistent in terms of having some super week-winning games, but then some other games, Puka, right, that weren't so strong. JSN has just been a machine. He's every single week except for one put up solid and consistent numbers. To me, the MVP at the wide receiver position this year, I may be a little biased because I have him on one of my teams, but he's been outstanding, and I wouldn't expect anything less of him this weekend, so I think that you should be a little scared. Yeah,
I'm a little scared there. And then in our super flex spots, We did talk about it. Jared Goff put up a dud, 7 points against Brock Purdy, who is going into Chicago this weekend, or he's playing Chicago. Sorry, Chicago's coming to them. Is Brock Purdy going to put up another 5-touchdown game? Last week he scored 45 points in Indianapolis. This is what helped my brother win and get into this championship, by the way, was this Brock Purdy performance. This is what pretty much sealed the deal for him. This makes me nervous too, because if Brock Purdy has another day like that, I am 1,000% cooked. Cooked. So I'm hoping Chicago's been playing pretty decent ball. So hopefully he's not going to have another 5-touchdown day, but anything can happen. And I definitely don't want that to happen, but the potential is laying there. I don't think it's going to happen again, but what do I know?
This is a really, really great game. Prime time on Sunday. The Bears are leading their division.
Yeah.
And I think that San Francisco has a really, really good chance to have another strong game from Purdy, but I don't think it's going to be like last week.
Their last 2 weeks, they played Tennessee and Indianapolis. So, you played two, I'm not going to say soft teams, but Tennessee's not great. And Indianapolis is really falling off of a cliff the second half of the season. Now they're playing a team that's pretty good. Chicago's a team to beat.
Yeah. And I think the 49ers are, obviously, contenders. They're headed towards the playoffs. It will be a very, very good game to watch. Yeah. But I don't know that that boom 5-touchdown game is in the cards this week. It could happen any week because they're a good team. But I think maybe he got it out of his system last week, and maybe this is favorable for you, and that's not necessarily something you need to worry about too much.
Yeah, that's I am right now. Once again, I am projected to lose this championship, but it's not by crazy margins. It's only a few points difference here. Like, what is it? Like 5 points?
Seven points. It's nothing really.
Yeah, it's a 7-point difference at the moment. So right now, I'm not saying I feel super confident. I feel good, but it's really going to come down to like how my starters here really produce, because that's the that's where I really need these guys to show up. I need to not get any more duds. I got the dud out of Goff, and I got the duds out of, I didn't get it. I was in a complete dud from Pickens, but it wasn't like a 20-point game or anything, so I need the rest of these guys to really show up.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think that that you nailed it right there at the end. Like I don't think either one of you, because that 7-point projected advantage right now is not big.
Yeah.
So your brother really can't, he doesn't have too much of a lead on you at the moment. Neither one of you can afford more of those disappointments, and they're likely going to happen.
Yes.
So I think that of the two of you, the team that has the most players that disappoint is really going to be in a tough spot. It's really close here for picks. I want to say it's a coin toss. Like I could see either one of you coming out with the championship easily, because you both have strong teams, and your players are set up to have decent games this weekend. For the sake of picks here, I'm pretty sure you're going to lean with your own team.
I am going to lean with my own team. I think I'd be foolish to not pick my own team, especially, and I don't feel like I'm in that. I don't feel like I'm in that big of a hole. Even though it's 51-18. My brother has had 4 of his guys go already.
Yeah. So for the sake of picks, I too will be choosing Golf My Lawn. I'll go with our touchdown talk.
All right,
host, and I wish you the best of luck, my friend. I know that your brother's team is super strong.
It is a very strong team.
In this league, just to recap a little bit of the stats here, your brother's been extremely successful. This is year 6, I believe.
Yep.
Year 6, of which your brother Kevin has 3 titles, has made it to the Super Bowl 3 times and won all 3. Technically, we had a year there with
a split.
Hamlin, Hamlin didn't end the game, so we split that. Still counted as a title for him. but he has yet to lose a Super Bowl. History can be made this weekend, my friend.
I certainly hope so, because
Yes.
I always feel like I lose. So
Yep. We had Pam and Wayne, the other title holders for the LOEMP League. So this year we could be welcoming in our 4th champion to the league. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I wish myself luck as well. I wish no luck to Kevin, and I hope I win.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so let's real quick too. We'll look at the other. We'll just quickly take a quick look at our third place matchup here in this league as well, which is your team, my friend, Bark at the Moon versus Keith's cool team. And looking at this, you are projected to win by like half a point right now, 150 to 149. 20. You're currently in the lead, 26.60 points with 11.30, and you got some good production out of Amon Ra, even despite the, we didn't meet projections, but at least you got more than Jamison Williams. You got 14.80 points there. Debo didn't really meet projections, but at least got you on the board at 11.80. And on his side, he had Terry McLaurin go. Didn't meet projections either. 11.30 there. But looking real quick at your quarterback plays, Philip Rivers, Old Man Rivers, going up against Josh Allen in that play. We got T. Higgins, Zay Flowers. We did talk about, you already had Debo and Amon Ra. He has A.J. Brown and Jacoby Myers still yet to go. You got Chase Brown, his Kyron Williams. Tony Pollard, who we were talking about before, Travis Etienne Jr., George Kittle, Dallas Goedert. You got Parker Washington fired up and ready to go in your flex. He already had Tim McLaurin go. And then in our super flex, you got Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, and then Saints and Bucks D. How you feeling there, bud, about this chances here and wrapping up the third place spot here in our league?
I feel pretty good. I feel okay about it. It's a third place game. It's never a game that I'm too excited or anyone should be too excited. We're licking our wounds from last weekend. We got our butts kicked. But, hey, it's a chance to have one more game and end the season strong in third place. I like my options. I think this week, with not that much on the line, I am going to take a chance and leave Phillip Rivers in my starting lineup.
Honestly, he looked good last week. He
did.
He looked good. He was very competent. Like he ran that offense. He, it's great when you see a guy like him play. You remember how good of a freaking quarterback he is, like lining up, reading defenses. Guy, is he in top shape? No, but he looked good for a guy that came off the couch.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
And, my other option there would have been Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers has a little bit of a more difficult matchup going into Cleveland.
Right.
So I kind of feel like, oh, you know what? Let's take a chance with Rivers. It's a third-place game. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong.
Yeah, I hear you.
But, overall,
fly.
I think the team's fine. It is what it is. Keith had a good season as well. Just didn't work out last week for him either. And here we are.
Yep, here we are. All right. Well, there you go. So I will pick your team to win this matchup, though. I'm going to pick Bark at the Moon.
Thank you, my friend. Bark at the Moon will be my pick as well.
All right, very good. And let's just really quick, let's just review, because we did change a little bit in this. We did decide previous years, we did not have any kind of toilet bowl. We didn't have any kind of penalty for Sacco. Did not exist until this season, and actually in the last minutes, last waning weeks before the end of the season, we decided that we were going to have a Sacco Bowl. We decided that we were also going to switch up how things were determined for draft and all that. So in our toilet bowl, I guess, I don't know how else to call it, the Sacco Award Last Place Bowl.
Consolation bracket. If you toggle there, the little drop down menu you got there that says championship, if you click on that on the bottom right,
got it.
You'll be able to select the consolation, and you'll see the matchups displayed. And we actually already have, just like last week, we had the 5th place matchup set in stone.
Yep.
We also had the last place matchup confirmed last weekend. That 11th place there towards the bottom of your screen.
Yep, there it is.
That award for the 2025 season has gone to the current title holder, the current champion, still for a couple more days. Mm-hmm. Wayne Super Mario Brothers came in 12th.
Yes. So he is the official recipient of whatever the Sacco Award will be, whatever the last place award's going to be, which I still, we're working on
it. Yeah. Final touches are coming into place. But like you were mentioning, we had some rule changes here, and we decided that the consolation bracket would determine the top 6 picks. So in the 7th place game, playing for the number 1 overall pick of the 2026 season, we have CD's Nuts and Willie's team Go Suck a Dak.
Yes.
Already ahead by a lot, 58.28 to 7.6. So that's where we have our consolation at the moment.
Yep. All right. So there it is, guys. That's how we have this set up. So let us know how you guys have your set up in your league. We'd love to hear from you. We do have a question coming in from Corey in the house. Any Cade Stover love today in DFS?
All right. For daily fantasy,
yes.
Let's see here for Stover. I'm not necessarily tremendously excited on Stover, but I get it that he's on a decent team here. The Texans will have opportunities, and I would say that I wouldn't be too inclined to play him. But listen, DFS is a lot of fun, and there aren't many games on today, so it's certainly worth giving some attention. I could give a little bit of love to Stover there. Thank you, Corey. In the house.
A little bit of love. Bit of love. Corey in the house. Love it. So, guys, while we're still on the air, too, definitely, if you have any more questions, let us know. Fire them up in the comments, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Remember, you can follow the Touchdown Talk over on Instagram at Touchdown Talk NJ and over on Facebook at The Touchdown Talk. Give us a follow over there. This is our second and last show, so we got one more show left after this week where we'll give you the results of our championship matchups and take a look into our 2026 season and reveal some of our draft orders that we've got, how things shaked out with our leagues, and some predictions and all that jazz. So let's wrap it up with our other league that we are in together. That would be the Dirt Invitational. The Dirt Invitational is our other league. Let me get that up here. Here we go. Nope, here we go. As I'm talking out loud here, trying to get our things. Here we go. Standings. Boom. All righty. So, in our Dirt Invitational League, in this league in particular, let me get that up. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Trying to get it on screen there for you. All right, there we go. So, we have our championship set, which is Manja versus Ginger Ninja, who has been in first place very much all season. The projections are right now in Manja's favor, 148 to 137. And we do have our toilet bowl.
Yes, we do.
Set up, which is Bodie McBoatface versus the Sicilians.
Yeah, it's actually on the screen this year.
Yes,
we got lucky, and it's right there. We can see their matchup projected.
Yeah, which normally we usually have to make our own custom, but this year it actually worked out where they're both on the screen. So once again, in our league, the toilet bowl, the winner of the toilet bowl is not one that you want to win, but you get the not so coveted poop trophy that needs to be on display.
Yes, and that's
right. The loser.
We have the consolation bracket set up so that losing teams continue to advance to the final week, and the team that loses that matchup earns the reward of a trophy that nobody wants to display. No. But it is what it is. And that matchup looks really, really hot too. We have the Sicilians versus Bodie McBoatface, both projected for the low 130s, and that's going to be a super, super exciting one to follow as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing who comes out with the loss in that one. But yeah, very, very close right now. 133 to 132. So, all right, let's take a look at our championship matchup here, guys, because Manja, who always, with the Manja magic, just somehow wins. She just wins. She finds ways to win against Ginger Ninja, who really has been dominant all season long. Really has just dominated that first place spot. And for the first time, not the projected winner in this one. And both teams have already had their number one quarterbacks go. On Manja's side, she's had Dak Prescott go, and on Ginger Ninja's side, she has Bo Nix has gone already. On looking down, we got Juwan Jennings versus against George Pickens. George Pickens has gone on Ginger Ninja's side. He's gotten his 9 points. We still have T. Higgins on Manja's side going up against Lad McConkey. Manja also had Jamar Gibbs go, who did not have a very good game. Jamar Gibbs, who has helped Manja out of many, many holes and helped her get over the top on a lot of games, did not do her any favors this year. This game, 5 points. Oof. Yep.
Had a fumble of his own.
Not what you want to see out of Jamar Gibbs, who's had just nothing short of an outstanding season.
Yeah, she was not happy on Christmas Day with that performance.
No, he did not give a Christmas gift at all with that performance. Now, we were talking about Kenneth Gainwell before. He still has yet to go on Ginger Ninja's side, and he's going into Cleveland. That's a good matchup for him.
It is. I like that. I actually wanted to bring that up again here. I know we talked about Gainwell slightly earlier, but I think that one of the main reasons Ginger Ninja has had such a strong season in first place and with the opportunity here to get that title is that she found as she was mining through the draft, she found gold. She definitely found the connection because she also has Rodgers on her team. Rodgers and Gainwell have really, really hit it off. Rodgers, he has a tendency to find a guy he likes and just make that guy his dude.
Every time.
That's Gainwell this season. I think that Warren was the better back that I would have expected to have been the RB1.
Yeah.
But Gainwell has been right there with him and has had really, really strong games. And Heather's benefited from having them both. I think Rodgers also has had a good season. And this weekend, they're set up to have another good game, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he has been just really he's been that guy for Rodgers. Rodgers, as you said, always has that guy on the team that he just anoints. He has a connection with, and Gainwell's been that guy. So I feel like this is a really good matchup, and I feel like that I think he's not only gonna meet these projections, I think he's gonna exceed these. So I think the Jamar Gibbs not performing well is definitely something I'd be a little concerned looking at this right now. That this is a spot that would make me a little nervous, in all honesty. But let's keep going here. So on Ginger Ninja's side, on Manja's side, she's got Saquon Barkley, who now we've talked about this I think every single episode that Saquon really hasn't put up the huge fantasy points everybody thought, and he's going into Buffalo. And this definitely a tough matchup for him. So is he gonna hit these points? He's projected at 14 points in this league. Is he gonna hit those, you think, Pablo? Against and then on the other side we got Jonathan Taylor going into Jax. Also, not a juicy matchup for him either at Jacksonville defense. What do you think about that matchup there? Do you think both these guys are gonna hit their projections, exceed them, or do you think they're gonna underperform?
Well, I want to say I'm pretty confident Barkley's gonna be fine. He's been having some really good games, and as of late, it's not last season, but that happens every time we have a guy eclipse the 2,000-yard mark. The next season is just never as good. It's impossible to maintain and sustain that. So it's normal that we keep saying he's not having such a good season. But overall, if you forget about last year, his season has still not been bad. And as of late, he's been pretty decent. I would be comfortable rolling him out in my lineup this weekend. I think he will hit the mark. I think he will probably exceed that 14.05 mark as well. On the other side, though, Jonathan Taylor, a little bit more concerning. He's with the quarterback downgrade. He's had a little bit more of a struggle. And, he's playing against a tough team. Jacksonville's no joke. So I do think that Jonathan Taylor is going to have a much harder time than we would all have hoped for in Week 17 in your championship week, because he's been maybe one of the strongest plays of the season. Like, he's been that running back that early on for like a solid 10 weeks or more was just locked in for 3 touchdowns almost every week. And now it's been a while since we've seen that level of performance. I don't think we see that again this weekend.
Right.
So we'll see what happens, but I do like the Saquon Barkley play much more than the Jonathan Taylor for this week.
All right, there you go. All right, let's keep going down this. Let's down this Harold Fannin Jr. Tight end spot there across Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, New England going into the Jets. I feel like that is just a matchup primed for some big points there. Howard Fannin going into Pittsburgh. We were just talking about some Pittsburgh stuff. I mean, his tight end spot. I mean, both of these guys evenly projected, but I feel like the Hunter Henry matchup is more favorable than a Fannin one. But that's just where my mind's going right now.
It is. It is. I am excited about Fannin because he's a rookie that has had some success this season, and you would want to see more of that. We would hope that he'd be the guy that maybe going forward would project to be a really skilled weapon on this team. He has a good matchup this weekend against Pittsburgh. Is definitely favorable.
Yeah, it's 17 points against Buffalo last week. So I mean that's pretty good. Yeah. The week before he hit Chicago, so 7 points, but before that in Tennessee, 21 points. So I mean he can put up the fantasy points. I mean he had a little bit of a streak where he had a lot of low pointage, but I mean week 14 and week 16 he did pretty darn good. So I mean this Pittsburgh one could turn out to be another one where he hits that between the 17 and 20 point window.
Let's hope so. He is questionable with a groin injury, so you got to monitor that into Sunday at 1:00.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be keeping an eye on that just in case you're gonna have to make a last minute swap. Those groin injuries, man, they could pop up, they could feel good, and then all of a sudden they could aggravate it again. So you definitely want to be watching the injury report going into Sunday's game. And we did talk about Hunter Henry. I think this is just a juicy lineup. I mean, first of all, I love seeing a Hunter Henry still is a guy that can produce in this league. Last week he put up 12 points against Baltimore. Buffalo game he didn't do that great, but I mean against the Jets we were talking about this is a little bit of a juicy lineup. I think. I
bet you he'll eat.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Good. Oh, it looks like my computer's frozen up now. Now I can't switch off things. So, there we go. Computer seemed to be, it's frozen again. So, all right. I may have to work off my phone.
No worries.
Can you still see me?
Yeah, we can see you. We can hear you clearly. So.
All right. Yeah. It looks like I got I got a spinny wheel of death going on here right now.
No problem. Don't worry about it. We'll give the computer some time to catch up to us. I'll read you off the rest of the matchup here. We have Travis Etienne in the flex spot against Chris Olave. We talked about Olave a bit earlier.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Manja starting Travis Etienne? How do you feel about Etienne?
I mean, I would definitely. He's definitely a must start. I mean, he's been great. I mean, you got to fire him up.
I think so too.
I think you got to fire him up.
Here, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to share my screen. See if I could do that from here.
Yeah, see if you can override me here.
Yep. Can you? Are you able to see my screen?
I cannot, but I'm gonna try to kill off my screen. I'm gonna try to stop sharing if I can. I'm just completely at the moment just spinning wheel of death, frozen here. It's just right. Whoa. It won't stop spinning.
All right, no problem. Well, we'll keep looking through these lineups, and no problem there, my friend. So here, you know what? This is new to me as well. So let's see where I'm going to share screen. Share screen, yes. Share window. And
good.
This
okay,
is the window.
Yep, I see it.
So you can see my screen now. All right.
It is coming. There we go.
All right, here we go. So looking through the rest of the lineup here, we were on Henry and Fannin. Now I mentioned we had Chris Olave and Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne's had a really nice season. It was a surprise. I think the whole Jacksonville team has been a pleasant surprise to watch. How do you feel about Manja rolling out Etienne in her flex spot this weekend?
I think that's good. I don't know what other options she has there. I have to take a look. I mean, Oh, here we go. I got it up on my phone app here. So, I mean, she doesn't really have too many other options. I mean, maybe Wandell Robinson, but once again, I think both teams are looking to tank here. So, I don't know if I would take the. Now, she does have Taysom Hill, by the way. Which, if we're going back to what my brother's starting Taysom Hill, and going back to what you were saying, Taysom Hill could be in line for a big day. Obviously, you're going to try to get him the ball. A few times, because if this is his last game, they're going to want to send him out sort of like with a big punch. So he may get some respect touches there and possibly a respect TD or two.
I think so. That's on Heather's team. That's on Ginger Ninja's team.
Oh, sorry. Yep. I'm looking at it. It's reversed here. So all right.
So Viviana would have opportunities to bench.
I see.
ETN in favor of Marvin or Devonta Smith. Right.
Yeah, I would not start. We talked about this. I would not start Marvin Harrison Jr. I would stay away from him, regardless of even the fact that they're projecting this. I wouldn't start him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I would stick Travis Etienne over Devonta Smith.
I think so too.
I think it's the right move. I think that's where I would feel. I mean, I feel good about it. I would leave it there. I would leave Travis Etienne there. And Chris Olave, we were talking about right now, he is questionable, but I would start him. I don't know if my brother's chiming in, he might be out this week. He picked up a late injury. I don't know if he's talking about Olave, which we did talk about, unless he's referring to I don't know if he's referring to Olave on that comment, but.
Well, I think the ETN plays is a good play for sure. So we'll see how that works out for these ladies. In the Superflex, Aaron Rodgers going up against Caleb Williams. We talked about Rodgers briefly. Caleb Williams in prime time in San Francisco. Big game for that team.
Yep.
For this matchup, I think both quarterbacks should have a good day.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm actually surprised they're giving Aaron Rodgers such low projections on that. I mean, Yahoo's weird. They give these weird whack projections, but I think 11.98 projections for him is a little weird. I think he'll do much better than that. I think he'll have a much higher scoring game. I mean, even if you look at let me look at what he did last week. Last week he had 15 points. A week before he had 15. Baltimore had 23. I mean, he's kind of met and exceeded his projections every week except for the Buffalo game. I mean, that was the game that he only had 1.5 points. But, even against Detroit, he had 15 points. So, going into Cleveland, I think he'll do a lot better. Looks like Kevin Baglio was entering the stage here.
All right.
Look at this. Better late than never, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a busy morning.
Digging out, driving your wife to work,
among other things.
Yeah.
Pop on for a few.
Good before to see you, Kev.
I was referring to Hannon Jr., Harold Fannin, because he picked up that injury. He picked up that injury late, on in practice. So that is something to watch. And without him, I don't know. Yeah, I have Shador in my flex right now. I don't know how much I like him without Fannin, but. Not a lot of good options.
Not tremendous, but no, that's still something to keep in mind. Yeah, to keep an eye out for Fannin for injury.
Yeah.
All right, so Kev, we kind of went through these lineups already, but give us your overall thought about Manja versus Ginger Ninja. How do you feel like as an outsider that we all are watching this fight from the sides? Who do you think? What would your pick be here? Who do you think has a stronger team or a favorable weekend set in Week 17?
I like Manya in this. I do. I like the Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like her matchup she got going on. I know you were talking about ETN just before.
Yeah.
And Facial Tootin's supposed to come back this week, but I don't think it's going to eat into his workload that much. They're facing they got a good matchup, I feel, here. And their offense with, once getting their new coach, now that they're, into the season and he's been rolling, it's that he's, this is what the Bucks offense was last year. It was high powered. They're using their running back a lot. That's why, Rashad White went so high, in a lot of people's rankings. So I think it's a good matchup for them. He's then the passing down work that he got the last few weeks too is great. So I think she has an edge here. And if she's who was she rolling at quarterback again?
She had Prescott. She had Prescott roll
I know
already,
that was
and
rough.
she
I know
still
that was
has. She still has Caleb Williams. Yep, and her super flex.
Yeah, and that's the prime time game, right? That's and I think he's in a really good spot. I know he's down a receiver, but he's in a good spot to put something up here, and I think they want to win that division. They're still a big game for them. They want to prove something. So same thing there. With Ben Johnson taking over.
Yeah,
and now you see what happened to Detroit, how they fizzled out with that offense. It's crazy, right? But I mean,
it is.
Those two offensive coordinators, both of them was what powered those teams, and I think he's going to prove it in prime time too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, it's pretty glaringly obvious what he brought to the Lions and now what he's brought to the Bears.
Yeah, and Caleb's fine. Caleb's not. He's not a terrible quarterback, but I think this is definitely going to help him. He's got weapons.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a good matchup for her. I think I like Manya to take this matchup.
All right. How about you, Chris? Who do you think will be taking the win here in the Super Bowl for the Dirt League?
Yeah, I mean this is a really good matchup with these two teams. Like I said, Ginger Ninja has been just absolutely dominating all season. She's beaten teams. She's been projected to lose a lot of games and still found a way to win as well. So I actually find it pretty funny that these two teams are facing each other because Manja has always had the magic of finding a way to win, and Ginger Ninja has been projected to lose a lot of games and still always found a way to win. So you've got two teams here that have always found a way to win. So this is going to be good. But I think I'm going to go with Manja for the win on this one. Yeah, I feel like Manja's going to find. I feel like both teams are going to keep it really close, but I think Manja's going to eke out a win here.
All right, great picks. So I'm gonna make my pick. Before I do, I do want to share this. I dropped it in one of our chats on text earlier, but Ginger Ninja and Manja happened to face off once upon a time in another Super Bowl, not in this league, but in another league. So this is not unprecedented. At that time, Manja came out with the Super Bowl championship game. So this is a bit of a rematch, if you want.
Okay.
With these two ladies who have experience facing each other in the Super Bowl, in the big game. In the Dirt League itself, Manja is a previous champion title holder, and the Ginger Ninja has not. This would be Ginger Ninja's first Super Bowl. This is her first Super Bowl, and it would be her first title. Manja's been in the Super Bowl only once, got the win at that time, so she is undefeated in Super Bowls. My pick here is going to be the Ginger Ninja.
All right,
I'm going to go with the Ninja. I'm going to say that the number one seed has a super strong team, and the projections are really close. It's only, they're apart by 11. I think that's easily something that can be made up by some of the players on Ginger's team, on Heather's team. So I'm going with Heather for the win here.
All right, there it is. There it is. Seeding discontent in the household. I see.
I'm sure she'll be okay. She'll live. It'll be fine. And let's be real. Like, you guys chose Manja to win for a good reason. She's got a strong team. She's projected to win.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be surprising if Manja does come out with the win. So
yeah, I mean, our team is strong. I mean, I think both teams are very strong. I just feel like Manja may have some better performances out of some of these key players that will give her the edge.
Yeah, I like it a little better.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. So the rest of our consolation, we have a third place game. Kevin and I playing against each other. After all, not that we wanted to do it in this game, we wanted to do it in the Super Bowl. But oh well,
of course,
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. But there is that game, and right now, Kevin's on the board with 6.50 points. Right now, you are the projected winner of this matchup, though, Pablo. 160 to Kevin's 141. But Kevin had CD Lamb play already. But still, I mean, that's it. You guys have got your rest of your rosters to go.
Yeah, lots of football yet to be played. My entire lineup, Kevin's entire lineup, except for one dude. So there's still a lot there, and yeah, for the sake of the matchup per se, I think it should be a good game. I'm excited about it. I think I
so.
might have a chance to get a win. How do you feel, Kev?
No, I mean my number one receiver not putting it up like that's gonna be hurt. And again, my super flex spots I've been rotating. I just don't, it's not. I don't think it's anything good. So my projection I think is pretty high for that. I probably am gonna sit. I'm gonna assume this team's gonna come in right around like 115, 110.
Very good.
All right.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, my friend, on this third place matchup. And whoever wins gets third. Whoever loses gets fourth. It's not that terrible. It's not that big of a difference.
I want my money back.
He wants his money back. Yeah. Now in this league too, Pablo. Just to remind everybody here who's listening and watching, how we draft where we finish in this league.
Oh, kind of.
So this league,
right?
Yeah, we have a little bit of a twist here with draft picks. So the way you end the season is the order in which you get to choose your draft position.
Got it.
So
yep.
Yeah, the team who ends second will be the second team to be able to choose their draft spot. We give people the option to choose their draft spot in the order that you placed the previous season. So there is that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's a fun way to make it a little bit different, and something we've been doing for a few years now, and always room for change in this league. We definitely have had some conversations throughout the season about rule changes, whether we stick with Superflex or not, whether we go with positional limits or reducing bench sizes. There will be plenty of time to talk about changes and even for deciding drafts. Like if that's something that we have other ideas, we can absolutely discuss that.
Yeah, draft order is something you always kind of change around.
Right.
Every few seasons.
Our last game that draws interest here in this league is by far the toilet bowl game. Yes, we have a matchup between Bodie McBoatface and the Sicilians. They're playing for third place, and we are lucky that Yahoo was able to get it in the system so that we can actually follow it here and not have to do it offline. Projections are as close as they can get, 133.9 to 132.9, and a couple players have already come on Christmas Day.
Yeah, for anybody that started Bill, man, you guys were rewarded with a Bill performance. Fine, we've been talking about Bill all season long. Corey Krosky, merit.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
But finally pays off.
Yeah.
So if you had Bill in your starting lineup, regardless of where you are, especially if you're in championship, good for you guys because you got awarded some big points there.
He had a good game. So as we look through the rest of the lineups here, we're looking at Brock Purdy with the monster game last weekend versus Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart did not have a good game last week.
No.
That's part of the reason why many teams with Dart didn't make it. I have him in one league that I'm in, and it didn't work out for me, unfortunately. But he's had a great season. Just last week was not his game. He's playing a much more favorable matchup this weekend against Vegas. So I would expect him to. Yeah, I would expect him to do well despite it being a tank bowl. And as we go through the rest of the lineups, we don't have to get too crazy about breaking down each individual player. But anyone pops out here, anyone you see on the screen, Chris or Kevin.
Well, I'm just gonna say I was glad that my brother benched Aaron Jones Sr.
Yeah, I mean he's not somebody to start.
No, I know, but he had a good game. I was just glad that you benched him because I need all the points as I can get.
Yeah, he had a touchdown, and he did decent. His projection.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I I guess if there's anybody else that stands out, I mean, we talked about Brock Purdy already. I mean, is he going to have another 5-touchdown game against Chicago? Probably not, but
I would think not. Yeah.
I certainly hope not. But is it there? I guess the potential's there from that, but I don't think that's going to happen. We did talk about Omarion Hampton. Is he going to have a tough time going into Houston? You know, Houston D, that's been pretty good against the run. We'll see. I think he'll get it. I think he'll hit his projections though. I feel better about. I mean, Bijan going into the Rams, going in L.A. That might be an even tougher matchup.
It is hard. It is hard, and he's projected for quite a bit. So
yeah,
he's got to hit his mark there. He's got to hit his projection. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Kevin.
Gentry destroyed Houston last week.
Gentry did have a good game against Houston last week.
Very big, and I mean, looking at both lineups, it's tough. It's Kincaid's been not doing so much, especially last few weeks. I think last week he had put up a dud too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in some beat up lineups.
I got to be honest with you. I think the Sicilians is going to win this one. I'm going to put my pick in for the Sicilians, and I think Bodie is going to be the reigning. I think will be the new poop trophy champ.
How do you feel about the pick here, Kev? Who are you leaning with?
Yeah, I think it's tough. I think I'm leaning with Sicilian. Purdy, Chicago's defense isn't good. I think Purdy will be okay there. And Chicago's missing like 3 of their top cornerbacks. So I like her matchup there. Hampton, I know it's a scary matchup against Houston, but with Herbert being hurt, they kind of have to do a few things there, to help him out with his broken hand.
Yeah.
So I go Sicilian. I like it.
All right.
What
do you think, Pablo?
On my end, I'm also going to go with Sicilians here. I do want to point out it's super close. It's extremely close.
Very close.
This is something we were chatting about in the group text here. John Moose Knuckles put together some great posters. This is a repeat matchup for a big game. We actually had the Sicilians versus Bodie McBoatface in the Super Bowl for the title game not that long ago, and within a few short years, here we are with a rematch, but on the other end in the toilet bowl game.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was Bodie McBoatface that came out with the win. So this would be Bodie's
game.
First poop trophy if that were to happen, and also would be the first manager to get both trophies. That has not yet ever happened.
Wow, that's actually interesting. So we've no one's ever gotten both trophies.
No poop manager has gotten the title, and no champion has gotten the poop trophy yet.
Wow.
But it's only the poop trophy is new. We've only had it for a short amount of years. I think maybe 5 or something like that. 6.
Okay.
And it's a great addition. It's a lot of fun, and let's see. Maybe if this is the year. Who knows? Good luck to both of you ladies.
Yeah, honestly.
Good luck. I'm just glad I'm not in this bowl because I was very close. I was very close to making it into the toilet bowl, and I won my matchup last week, so that kept me out of toilet bowl contention.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if Kevin's changing a diaper there, if he's actually also dealing with a trophy, but either way, I hope that things work out for everybody, including Kevin here right now. And best of luck to Tina and Pam in this matchup. But it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I had to do this to start screaming on me.
That's gonna.
I guess I
kind of like do. That's gonna do it for our leagues and our picks and the rest of what we were trying to look at here.
Yeah.
I want to wish you both, you and Kevin, the best of luck this week, my friend, in your championship game. Same for Manja and Heather, and same for everybody else out there that's listening. Good luck to your fantasy championships. It's hard, it's difficult to get there, but you're there, you're here, and this is it. The one final effort to get that championship. Good luck.
Yeah, and honestly, if you are in the bottom of your league, and maybe this is the chance where if you can win and stay out of the bottom and swap places with somebody else. Keep playing. keep playing because you don't want to have a poop trophy or some other weird penalty. I just saw that IHOP's doing the IHOP dropped that commercial, which is hilarious, about the bottomless pancakes for fantasy football last place coming in fast place. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
The Malik Neighbors commercial and all that. And that's great. If you guys have seen it, it's all over the internet. But go watch it. But yeah, apparently for I guess what is it, January 6th or whatever the date is, that they're doing a bottomless pancakes. And if you've won your fantasy, if you lost your fantasy league, you can come there and spend your penalty eating bottomless pancakes.
That's awesome.
At IHOP.
Yeah, that is a super fun initiative. I heard about it. I didn't watch the commercial yet, but that is
the commercial is funny. The commercial's funny. I highly recommend checking that out because it is a laugh. Malik Neighbors is in it, and it's great. They did a great job. Awesome promotion, but yeah. So whatever it is, guys, keep playing all the way to the end. Don't take your penalty lying down. Fight to the very end, and congrats for making it to the championship, and good luck to everybody. Kevin, I wish you no luck. I'm winning that belt.
Listen, I know I wasn't there for it, but I mean I'm dead in the water. My three top receivers
stop!
They put up nothing.
Stop
they put up nothing.
This
I put
guy
up single digits by every single one of them.
Every week we've had to hear the song "I'm dead in the water." I'm dead in the water. Every week. This is part of his black magic that he does.
My three top receivers put up single digit points. That's not good.
Stop. You and your black magic. Get out of here, voodoo.
If anyone else wants to share their strategies, leave them in the comments there. Kevin's has clearly been every single week to say, "Oh, I'm gonna lose." Even though he was projected to win by 40, he's like, "Oh, I'm done. Here it goes, game over." And then here he is all the way into the Super Bowl and projected to win the Super Bowl. So
yeah, so enough. I don't want to hear it.
Projections are crap.
Yeah,
you guys know this. Come on.
No, we know projections are crap, but you have been doing the same ritual every week, and
so what? Stop.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm here to cut it off.
Here's one thing I'll say. Sometimes for a championship, for a title to actually happen, it's not just about making good picks and making sure that you're starting the right guys or being a good fantasy football manager. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. Yeah. I want to highlight Kevin this season has had a lot of good luck, and that's important because you can't win a championship sometimes without that. Like, you could do as much as you want, but you still might be missing a little bit extra that doesn't depend on you. In the Dirt League, you're not in the championship game, but you had those back-to-back weeks where, like, on the last play of a Monday night, your team came through.
Some big wins.
In the LOEMP League, the Brock Purdy, the 5-touchdown game was another example.
I mean, that was the game, man. That move got you in.
I was talking to Keith earlier that day. I'm like, oh man, I was like, I need 35.5 from Purdy. I'm like, that's tough. And then first quarter, he puts up 2 touchdowns. I was like, maybe it's not so bad now.
Yeah.
And by the third quarter, by third quarter, he had like 36. I'm like,
I was like, oh, here we go.
Yes. He had to have been like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think within the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, you had it. You were done.
I felt a little bad for him. I did. I'm like, that's crazy.
Well, that's
a hard way to lose.
I think you're going to need that luck this weekend. I think you're definitely
100%.
If you don't get that lucky streak this weekend, your brother might get the better of you.
Yeah, and
I don't know. We'll see.
There's one last minute change that I made the other night, and the Christmas games were absolutely trash, but
horrible.
Because I was nervous. I'm nervous about London, and I had him in over JMO, and I switched that because I'm just, I didn't want to get stuck and have to put in some random, pick up someone or whatnot. So I was like, I'm not sure, and I switched it out. Which, I mean, obviously, I don't know if either of them are going to do better than the other, but it hurt. All my receivers did hurt me, but. Got to hope for something here, right?
Well, you still have plenty of firepower in there. I know you missed the when we were looking through your lineup, you missed being able to join us and leave your comments. But let me ask you about one guy. You're throwing Taysom Hill into your lineup. Give me your thoughts about that. That
was the last. Obviously, Brock Bowers all of a sudden popping up in the IR. is crazy to me. And so I'm scrambling here, and I'm like, I'm looking through. I don't know who I want to put there, and I'm like, let me put Taysom Hill in there as a placeholder, at least for now. Taysom Hill is not very good, I would say, but they use him in such ways that it's like maybe he'll pass a touchdown or two. Maybe
all of a sudden he's a 2-touchdown guy. All of a sudden, like he has that one 30-point game.
He'll have one of those games where it's like he gets a receiving touchdown, a rushing, and a passing. So it's like, do I get that? I mean, I just want like 10 points from him is what I hope for. I just don't want a 0.
Well, Pablo brought up a great point earlier because this might be Taysom Hill's last game ever.
Yeah, these last 2 games for him.
And they may want to really get him the ball and show him some respect.
I'm hoping. Yeah, right now that's my hope. And looking through, I mean, I could put in Mayer for Bowers, but I mean that game, I don't find that game very appealing much at all. Over there,
you might be surprised. That might be the spot where you find your good luck, your fortune.
Well, that's my thought.
This will definitely be the spot where all of a sudden we get the Taysom Hill 30-point game.
Last week he had the big game though. Last week he didn't have a bad game, so
he gets one magic game a year.
Maybe I wasted it already, but I had to do something, and that's it for now.
Well, we'll see how it goes, my friend. We'll see how it goes. Good luck to you. Good luck to both of you.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck to everybody else out there.
I will say one last thing. I think if I win the championship again, our league's going to go mad.
They might.
They might kick me out.
No. We just need to find. You know what? It's a funny thing to say, but that's actually a great point to bring up. We in this league, we actually have made changes to try to make it harder for those repeats to keep repeating, and that's just what we should do. Like if this is the 5th, we've had 5 championships. This is the 6th season. Your team, Kevin, has gotten 3 titles. We have had some other managers win, but you'd be going for a 4th in 6 years. So that's where I would motivate other leagues out there to think about rules, think about what you could do differently to try to make it more interesting.
You did drop from the 11th spot. I mean, we're mixing this up. I mean, it just happens. I mean, listen, this season though, I've already made a lot of trades. You made good trades. I made trades. The people made trades in this league, and a lot of injuries. This has been another rough year of a lot of injuries and a lot of draft busts as well.
Quarterback injuries were brutal this season for a lot of, and when you're talking the Superflex league, it's
absolutely brutal.
It's brutal for a lot of people.
No, there's been a lot of good teams that start off really super hot and then just because of the injuries.
I mean, someone had to start Phillip Rivers, which he was in my starting lineup against Pablo. It could change still, but you're starting 45-year-old Phillip Rivers or whatever he is, 44. So crazy to think about.
I think for next season, Kev, if you get the championship again, maybe we need to make you draft blindfolded and see if we could just keep adding layers and layers of difficulties for you.
No, I think the good point that was brought up was everybody. I think it was you or Ken said everybody's got to stop trading their good players to Kevin, and it was seriously what kind of happened. I mean, Kevin wound up getting,
You traded me London.
I did trade you London, but I got 2 good players in return. But unfortunately, one of them, they both got hurt.
And sometimes that's hit or miss.
Well, no, Dowell's not hurt. I mean, it's just that it turned out Godwin kind of came back and he was banged up, and he's back in. But I feel like I still got a good deal for that one. I mean, I traded Drake London for 2 really good players, and I needed another running back, and I got one. And Godwin, was just, but it just is what it is. I mean, I took a chance on that, but he's not. It's not like he's out. He's in my starting lineup right now, so he's better than Ibuka.
That help people.
I think if you look at that trade now, that wasn't a bad trade for either one of you. Because
no, it was a good trade. I
didn't like it because at one point I didn't like it because I felt like it definitely hurt me running back wise, but it worked out.
No, it worked out. It worked out in the long run. I think worked out better for you on the second half of the season for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly haven't got to play London all that much.
No, you actually haven't.
Been injured a lot. Yeah, exactly. That's why it wasn't so bad after all. But early on, when you looked at it, I think you did very, very well, Kevin, acquiring JSN, London, Brock Bowers. Like, look at all these strong pieces that at the end of the day, in the championship week, you're not starting, London or Bowers, and that's not what you planned on. That's
no,
not
but
what
they
you're
hope to
trading
get
for
you
them.
here.
Exactly.
Right. They're still really strong pieces, and JSN was certainly like maybe the MVP of the season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was huge. Hey, Taysom Hill JSN this weekend. Let's go.
There you go.
Well,
I mean, hey.
Good luck to you guys. Any final parting words between the two of you before you walk away, and then rematch on tomorrow Sunday?
I wish you no luck too. Eat a bag of dicks.
Yep, there you go. I wish you zero luck, and I hope your team goes down in flames. For everybody else out there watching, first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody who's hung out with us all season long with the Touchdown Talk, and everybody who's asked questions and watched the live streams and all that. You guys have been great. We see that a lot of people watch the show after it airs, so thank you for all that. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for listening on Radio Garden State. We do have one more show left, so make sure you tune back next week for our season wrap-up.
Wrap-up?
Yep,
Nice.
season wrap-up show, and then after that, we'll be on a long break until next season. But we do appreciate you all. So want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Merry, whatever you guys celebrate out there. Appreciate you guys. And also Happy New Year, because by the time we come back on, it'll be 2026. When we come back on next week. So last show of 2025 here.
Yeah, it's been a great season. It's been a great year. Best of luck to everybody, and happy holidays. Enjoy everything that you celebrate, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks for
Enjoy
watching.
the final week of fantasy football.
Well, at least we all get to play each other in some capacity this weekend.
True, very
That's
true.
right.
Yeah. Everybody's everybody in this is still playing for something.
Conspiracies.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories. Let the conspiracies go. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching, listening, and we'll see you next week. Good luck, everybody, on championship weekend. Cheers.
Cheers.